yes, how they talk to each other, communicate. Yes.
You think, you think about the technique dance or the way of speaking?
Well, I have an idea that that the blues dancing and how people dancing in the couples is connected with how they prefer to communicate in their lives. So, did you agree with it or not? Maybe it's interesting. I went to it.
No, it's fine. Okay, so when you said conversation, it's like, yeah, the way that you're communicating in your country, the, how do you call this? The culture and the etiquette of your culture as well, of the conversation or the language as well. Okay. Okay, so to me, I do see this difference, and it's something that I'm looking at a lot. So today when Larissa came in the class and she started to speak Russian, I listened to the rhythm first, and I was like, wow, this is fast, it's very rhythmical. The reason why I'm looking at this, it's because in African culture, depending on the country, and the language, the rhythms are changing, and therefore the dances are changing as well. Now, I do see the dynamic in the dance when I change countries. If the country is more as in like, oh, the man is leading, the man has more of a voice in one country, then you can see this in the dance. If it's, if the people understand the music, you can see it in the dance as well. So when I go to the US, I think maybe a lot of you would watch videos from the US and say, wow, they're really good, and you will get impressed by it. And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at you, and I'm saying, you have the same level as them. The difference is that they understand the music, they understand the word. So what the way they will dance, they'll be freer. They will play more with the music. They would respond to something that the song it's saying. So naturally, they're more confident. Which, like confidence, all of a sudden you will see confidence, and you'll be like, wow, yeah. So I do think that yes, the way people communicate, changing. Yes, no, definitely. It changing things. And also the way of living. Yeah, the countries that are, if people in the country are allowed to have fun, or if you in your country the belief is like work. If fun, it's like it's waste of time. I can see it. When I go to Switzerland, I always make sure that to give people some space, Switzerland and Germany, to give people some space to allow them to play. You can't learn without play. So I need to do this because I know that this particular thing in the culture and in the way of communicating will change their dance. And as soon as they start playing, I'm like, yeah, you got it. Is that it?
Do you want to add something? And maybe what's about the inspiration of your
Mine. Okay. Wow, I have tons. Ooh, I have tons. Wow, the music, always the music, the language.
What music do you prefer to dance to?
What music do I prefer? I think there is none. There's none. I love blues. I love salsa. I love bachata. I love jazz. I love contemporary music. I love hip hop. I love house dancing, traditional African music. I like balafon. I play dundun. It's it's a drum. it's a type of drum.
Which makes doom doom.
Exactly, something that it sounds like doom doom ging 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 ka 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 ging ging ging. Yeah. So yeah, the music a lot, and then you guys watching people move, and then in their everyday life, what make people move a certain way. Pretty much, I don't know, not everything, no. But really movement and human behavior. That's something that's inspiring me a lot, all the time. And my little one now, hey, I have a human now. I have a human that I can watch closely. So even this, like now I'm like, wow, look at how he does this and that. Now I can practice other things with him. I can learn how to walk even more. Yeah, no, everything. Human behavior inspires me, and music, and sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with both of them. I really love the less think, dance more version here, because when you have children, when you look at him evolve, yeah, it's very funny. Like, don't think any question, just do your stuff. And especially when you watch when we watch at our son dancing, it's very funny because if we play like a rap song, we never heard rap song, but if you listen rap songs, like so he's got 3 years.
They can teach that to him.
Yes.
They cannot teach that.
And which is funny, and we can see that in France the culture is more like you said, like it's not don't have fun, but we are more shy, like dancing or like when a children dance like that, the family will say look at him, he's getting crazy. And in other culture, when all the children dance like that, when there is some music, so it's normal. But for us, when the children dance in a crazy way, it's crazy, it's not dancing. And yeah, for our son, when we just watch him dancing, it's like yeah, don't think, just do what your body say. And when we start a dance class, we always say that dancing is just expressing ourselves on the music, which means if you close the door and somebody look at you through the windows, even if he don't know, he or she doesn't know what the music is, he might guess something like it's about something jumpy, it's about something on the floor, it's about something up and which flies and so on. So you need to have in your body. So this is for the. Let's go back to the inspiration. So inspiration, like you said, children is very. And I work with children. I'm a mathematics teacher, so I work also with children. Yeah, that's my real job. Yeah, if I say.
The big real world.
Yeah, exactly. From 12 to 20. So it depends, but. And as Corinne said, in Europe, let's say it, we have more teachers now, but like the 5 past years, we've had Lisa and Fabien, Adam and Vicky, Gaz and Alba, Caroline and me, and now we have a lot of other teachers like Nick and Ilaria, other Melanie, Albert, we have some growing teachers, but we have like the 4 way of dancing. For dance for a couple, which was not the same. It's not true to say the same, but make the scene evolve in one direction. That we see this teacher everywhere. So I agree with Caroline. If I want to see something different, if I want to be inspired, even if I love Fabien and Lisa, they are close friends. We start dancing not together, but we evolved together at the beginning. I won't probably look at them because I know them, but I will look at videos in the US where people, yeah, something that we don't do. Yeah, when you have a children and a job, you don't have that much time to spend to watch videos. So I always took competition in the US, and which is funny because when you talk to people who does competition in the US, you have to carefully look at the judges who judges you, to think what you the color that need to have you dance to agree with each judge's point of view, because the dance is so rich that the judges will have a special feeling, like love that, love less, that, and so on. So yeah, it's I love looking there, to have looking through the other side of the Atlantic, to have yeah.
Who do you love to watch in America? I mean, do you have favorite American dancers, teachers slash dancers or teachers altogether?
Favorite, not a favorite one.
Oh, who would admire?
I think Jenny. I love to look at Jenny and Dan. Also, I love the way in solo dance. I love the way of moving of Dexter. The guy. When you look at the guy, I love this way of moving of Dexter. But yeah, Jenny, Dan, Dexter, also Damon as well. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really know the name. I don't pay attention to all the name. I just watch the video as a dance. I'm not looking like yeah, I want to know the 3, the 4 I can talk about.
Yeah, you want to know mine? Yes. If you have favorite dancers.
No, exactly. So my favorite, in terms of my favorite, like in terms of blues aesthetic, my favorite is Brenda Russell. One more time, Brenda Russell. And then and then Brenda Russell. And I like Jenny Soudan, Julie Brown, Mike, which one? The girl? Mike the girl, yeah. Mike the girl. Definitely, Mike the girl as see, I have my favorite for different things, yeah. But yeah, for all of the new Texas shuffle and all of the idiom dance that's happening now, I really like Mike the girl, yeah. So Mike the girl, Julie Brown, Brenda Russell, and Jenny Soudan.
Хотелось бы еще задать вопрос о том, как вы тренируетесь, как вы сами готовитесь к занятиям и так далее, поскольку мы предполагали, что тичеры блюза захотят об этом знать. So, big question is about how do you train by yourself? How do you train and what do you do? Like when you cook in the classes and so on?
When I'm cooking the classes, preparing the classes, yeah. What do I do? All right. When I train, what do I do? Visualization. I swear. Yes, visualization. And then mental stimulation as well. Why? Because it's a way to fire the muscles, even if you're not doing anything. And it's a quick way to practice, to embody movement, and to recover. So let's say you might think that I'm training all day long, every day. No. I am walking every day, and when I'm walking, I'm thinking of different part of my body. I'm thinking I will focus on my pelvis, I'll focus on my spine, I'll focus on one pelvic half. So I'll do this, and by doing this, and when I'm saying I will focus, I will do this for 5 to 15 minutes. focus on one body part. And then I may do maybe 5 minutes of plie, bending my knees. 5 minutes of bending my knees and moving my spine and pelvis. And the rest is visualization. Or I would do once a week, a training for 30 minutes. Again, visualization. And
Well, just an example, because the
wow. Okay, let's do this. Close your eyes. No.
Is it about relaxing or visualization? What?
So let's say that I want to do okay, let's all do this. Relax your arm here and then lift your left arm. Yeah? See how that feels? Yeah? All right. Now relax your right arm, close your eyes. Or you can even keep them open. Let's do this. Keep them open. That way you don't think that I'm doing some ooh thing. Okay, so let's keep your eyes open and you're not going to do anything. You're just going to think that you're lifting your arms. Yeah? You're not doing anything. I will lift my arm for you. So I'm lifting my right arm. Whoop. And down. And yeah. Not the eyebrow, just the arm. No. Visualization, yeah. Whoop. Shoulder blades down, arms up, and relax. All right. Did you really visualize yourself doing this? Yeah. Now lift your right arm. Lift your right. How does that feel?
More real.
More real? All right. Exactly. Now lift the left again. Which one do you prefer? The left? Okay, we didn't do it long enough. Usually, even if the right is not moving and you're thinking right, when you do this, your brain, even if you're not moving, it's firing. Your muscles is firing, activating, and you're actually you're telling your muscle what to do and how to do it, even before you do it. So you could this is something that people use to recover from injuries, after surgery, after big practice. If you have to do shows, let's say every night, you can practice an hour every night if you have to perform every night. So then this is what we're using to recover from injury, and to learn things faster. Yeah? And also, like, what's the best way to visualize yourself doing something great before you do it? It's a great way to give you confidence, and also a great way to do it better. Yeah? Because I could be here doing something like this all day long. Oh, I'm lifting my arm. Or I could visualize myself lifting my arms nice and easy. And I swear that when you lift it, it's going to be nice and easy and aligned. So yeah, this is how I practice. Not a lot. And in an efficient way. And I train my brain as well. I try to do, how do you call this? Mind-body work, yeah? Instead of just body or just mind. Mind-body.
I think I will answer for the two of us. No? No? Okay. just a book. Okay, so we, as a practice, we didn't have a show since almost 5 years, because the last one is for the first pregnancy. So we didn't have a personal show. We run some teams show in Strasbourg, so we practice with a team, but as individual. We don't have a show that 2 years since almost 5 years, but we still work a lot by preparing our classes. So since we teach a lot in France, and as I said, like in 3 months we will teach in 6 cities, but very close together. So we'll have the same students each and every week. So we also need to have some new materials, so we need to, and we love to arrive with prepared classes, so we ask ourselves a lot of questions, we create some stuff, we watch video of the US, we create some stuff, and our way of practicing is preparing our classes. This is, and even if we, I think it's for the last 5 years, we say to each other, but we don't do some shows, we don't practice to improve our dance, and it's not good. But when we look at videos like 5 years ago, we were like, oh, I was dancing like that. Oh, that's horrible. And since when you teach, you need to understand what's happening in your body, you need to analyze, you need to think a lot, and that makes you improve the dance. So the biggest part of our training is to prepare classes. That takes a lot of time. For example, for a workshop like this, I think we have more than 30 minutes per hour taught. So yeah, 1 hour of class with you is 30 minutes before, just to analyze to anticipate your questions, because we know how to do that, and yeah, to create some new stuff. So this is our way of practicing. Create some new materials, because in French, yeah, we teach a lot, and we need new stuff. Yeah, and the way if we want to do something like kind of difficult, all the few steps individually to go to this material is a way of moving and a move on his own. So it brings a lot to the dance. It's not it's not the goal, which is important, is the way.
Yeah, no. She said that, like, when they're preparing for classes, because they have to teach things to you and break step down, then just the breaking down of the steps, it's bringing new material for them. Yeah?
Yes, thank you.
I would like to add that I'm training in dancing. Yes, we don't have a lot of time to training each day because we have a lot of very beautiful occupation, family occupation or association and so on. But when I'm dancing in party, I'm training. I don't think about training, but after a party or after 2 parties, I feel my body very different, and I know that I was training. And I'm training also when I'm watching the other, and not only a very good dancer in the competition videos, but you. Everybody, when I watch everybody dancing, I watch some interesting thing, maybe simple. It's not about a complicated movement or something like that. It's just about, yeah, it's a good idea, or I never move my hips in this way. I never saw it before, because when we are dancing, we have some habits. Something happens alone in our body, and sometimes we need to. What happens if I move more in this direction? And that we can have some ideas everywhere. It's not only on the very good dancer videos. So I'm training in dancing, and I'm training in watching the real dance in a room, not behind a screen, the real dance in the space.
And especially in blues dance, what Colin said is it's true, because after Lindy Hop weekend, for example, because we teach a lot Lindy Hop as well, yeah, it's my body like feels the same. But after a 100% blues weekend, you definitely, because I don't do blues at home or when I teach math, but when I do like 2 days 100% blues move, yeah, my body feels and feels different just because I move on this way and I put myself on this mood, on this motion for 2 days, and yeah, dancing, practicing during the party is very important.
If you do want a form, we offered you tons of like things that we're doing, but if you do want a formula, something really quick that you can think of, a formula, you can take something technical, anatomical, work on it, think about it, visualize it, and play. And then play again, and then go back to the technical. 5 minutes and play. You learn a lot through play. So I would say play. Play, technical 5 minutes, visualize 5 minutes, play. To make it yours, yeah? It's not my body that's going to make you move. It's not me that's going to make you move. You should not try to dance like me or like any other teacher, but you need to understand your movement and your body and play with that. So I would say play, know yourself, and then amazing things would happen.
Wow.
Поскольку сегодня у нас вечеринка играет Шедрик, то Лариса пригласила его в зал, а у нас еще есть 10 минут на то, чтобы задать пару вопросов, пообщаться, у кого есть какие-то вопросы. So it's a time for questions. Open.
Да. Алексей.
Maybe some words about your most curious cases with your pupil students.
Curious story.
Curious story.
Interesting cases.
Interesting cases. All right, so I had a super interesting case. Well, more than one, because I offered something that's called private escape. People were coming to me and then they're learning, taking training just with me for a week or more. And so I had someone that came and just told me, I want 45 hours with you. And I was like, what? Okay, that's a lot, 45 hours. I said, yeah, 45 hours. And then he arrived, and I was like, holy moly, how I'm going to do this, wow. And so I had to teach him how to look, how to place himself, how to learn, how to organize his body, how to organize his thoughts, and how to like understand that different parts of his body are moving, how to feel his body. And so I was like, wow, he was right. We needed the 45 hours, but I think it was the best. He was my master, really. I say this and I have the cheers, because he had so much to learn, even with like space and people. He would come to me and talk like this, and I had to teach him about personal space, tons of things. And at the end, I was like, you know what? To be a good dancer, you also need to be good in life and be aware in life. And I think that he was the best student that I had, in a way that, to me, that was a training. I trained. At the end, I was like, wow, I didn't know that I could teach in this way. I didn't know that I could answer that many questions. And I just thought, he taught me so much. When I thought that, oh, I've reached a certain level in my teaching, he taught me even more. And you know what? I got paid for it. But he taught me so much. And after this, I just thought, I never thought of this. I never thought of teaching this step in that way. I never had to break it down so much. So yeah, that was, to me, the most interesting case, as you said, that I had.
I don't have a such story, a such emotional story. The only thing comes to me is I love that when we are teaching, we always saying the same thing, because we trust in some technical point or technical sensation. And even if we have always the same student in class, in our local scene each week, or the weekend, because we are teaching always in France, so we have always the same student. The same student, each time we repeat the same thing, are like they heard for the first time. Each time it's like a revelation for this student, and I love that because it's fresh, and we always say that
l'art de l'enseignement, c'est l'art de la répétition. Искусство обучения – это искусство повторения.
Другие вопросы? Хорошо. Какой у вас еще был опыт, кроме блюзового? Вот я знаю, что Катрин, например, огромное количество посетила разных воркшопов и занятий, и как это влияет на ваш танец сейчас? So I know you have a lot of experience, not only with blues dancing, but with other dances too. How does it influence you, and what's important to you? Like, what do you borrow from this dance styles to blues dance and so on? How does it influence you?
So, how it influences me? I actually try not to separate them. So all of the dance styles, I put them all together, and this all together, it's in my body. And I'm trying to make the link between the dances. For example, some people will tell me, I'm doing ballet and I would like to get rid of blah, blah, blah. I'm doing salsa and I would like to get rid of the salsa influence that I have. And I'm thinking, why do you want to get rid of it? You have it. Just keep it in your body and add other things on top of it. And when you want to access it, then you can go back and forth. So the styles, I don't separate them. What I do is that I feel I'm looking for the essence and the accent of the styles. And so, for example, in language, If a French person is speaking English, I would say, oh, you're French. If someone is speaking Spanish, I would say, okay, Spain, France, Germany, yeah? So then, in my body, it's like, I put everything in, all of the styles in, and then I make sure that I know where is the accent. For example, your jazz, it's gonna be on the 2 and the 4. Your salsa might be on the 1 or on the 2, on the 3, 4, some places in Colombia. Your African rhythm might be every beat. Yeah, there's no particular accent, it's you dancing every beat. So I make sure that I know this, and then I organize my body around this. Yeah, so there is no, there is, yeah, no, there is no borders. Yeah, there is no borders, all of it is dance. And then, of course, I've done ballet, so if I want to create a line or something like this, then I would maybe extend my leg a little more, and I've learned how to do this in ballet, but I won't think, oh, I'm going to borrow this from ballet. Yeah? And this is how you create in, this is when you're dancing, yeah? No borders. You want a line, you stretch your legs. You want to pulse, you swing your pelvis back. And so that's what I would do with all of the styles. Know the difference between them, and then, but also I don't separate them, yeah?
But you know, and you're aware of the different aesthetics of
Yes.
dance, right?
Yes, yes. But look, if I'm doing, what kind of dance am I doing here? Salsa. Didn't we? Latin blues as well. Salsa or Latin blues. So if I'm here, if the music is like Latin blues, you make me weep, I'm gonna be here. And if it's, now I'm doing salsa, yeah? Pa 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 pa. I'm doing salsa, but the mechanic of it, it's the same to me. I won't separate it. The music will tell me where to put the accent. Yeah?
Yes, I totally agree, and we told that before. The music gives us the way of moving, but not the kind of movement. But this movement we can one movement here can have another color here because of the music, because the music gives another color on your movement. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. And even if you don't think about that, this magic happens alone because of the music.
So we're going to an end. Thank you very much.